Welcome to the NZ Nomad Runner podcast. Good to have you here. Good to be here. Today we're going to talk about how to get to Tarawera 100 miler. The entries just went on sale recently and we're about 9 months out from the event. So we know that there's folks out there targeting Tarawera 100 miler as their first miler, and this is sort of for you kind of thing, because we know that you're thinking about it 9 months out.
Definitely. If you're a hardcore runner, you're always thinking about your running plans, schemes, and designs. But yeah, definitely if it's something, big audacious goal like 100 miles, probably definitely like, I want to do 100 miles. Like, how do I get there in terms of my race plan?
And I guess if you're not thinking about your first 100 miler 9 months away, then I think you probably should be.
Yes, that's a good point.
Now's the time to start thinking about it.
Yeah, you can't just cram. You can't just cram and wing 100 miles. You need to. It's all consuming, and maybe not all consuming right now. Hopefully not quite right now, but It should be like a simmering thought in the back of your mind. I was just saying with Chris, I'm going back to the 50k, and I am sort of thinking about my race plan. And
not the race plan, but the training plan.
Yes,
the sort of periodization of your training.
Not literally the race plan for the race day.
Pacing plan.
No, because hopefully I'm going to be faster and fitter. So
who knows what the race plan will be?
Exactly.
To be determined.
But a totally different ball game. 50k opposed to 100 miles. It's all about finishing and not necessarily getting faster, especially if you're the first miler. So yeah, we're going to talk about that and how, I guess, to get there with achieving some cool things, but not being reckless in terms of how you get there. Because we were just saying that with New Zealand climate, there's a lollipop. I put air quotes because obviously we do have some pretty challenging weather at times, but on a general thing, it doesn't get
temperate climate.
Yes, you can do events all year round. So that means that there's just a smorgasbord of events.
Yeah. All the time.
Yeah. And you're just more.
So yeah, and like the US and Europe and stuff with ultra running, there's a bit more of an off season, I believe, because winter is just a lot more harsh, right? Just a lot more snow and
forces you to cross train.
Kind of yeah. People are doing different stuff. Yeah, whereas over here, there's parts of the country that don't have as much of a winter, and then of course you've got like Australia, just like 3 hours flight away. All their marathons, for example, are in winter.
Yes.
And UTA is coming up in a few weeks. All that kind of stuff falls over winter. The Guzzler is in winter. Yeah, a number of events. Yeah. So over here you've got all year round access to events, which is cool, but it can lead to less than good decisions, more opportunity to sort of faff up your lead-in, I guess. Lead-in events to your goal A race, which is what we're talking about here is with the Tarawera miler. You might just do too much too early.
Yeah, more is not always better. Quite often it's not. But yeah, you don't want to get to the start of your first 100 miles all burnt out. Your Strava graph might look, off the chain and all that kind of stuff. But the reality is maybe you're not in the best shape that you could have. And, it's like saving that fire, saving that energy for race day, and having a really good race out there, whatever that looks like. Obviously at 100 miles, stuff is going to happen and it's not going to be easy breezy kind of vibes, but there is definitely things you can do to make sure that it's not like, absolutely hell.
And to make sure that your training's not absolutely hell as well. Making sure that the best training is in the best part of the lead up, so you get your best adaptations and preparation. Yeah,
sure.
So often we see folks, bossing it around that sort of October, November, December, and then they get to January and they're just wrecked, or late they get to mid-December and they're just wrecked,
Well, yeah, it's very normal when you've signed up to a big A race, you get like, suddenly you've got more energy because you've got a bit more adrenaline and you're got this big exciting thing. And, you've got this new training plan, maybe you've got this new coach and everything's new. And when things are new, they're shiny, they're exciting, and they're not your current norm. So you can, get just a little bit extra energy. And so you go hard. And then
not sustainable.
No. But then obviously new things lose their shine and it becomes the norm, and you have to keep plugging away at your training. And so we're kind of talking also about, if you're racing, if you're training, if you're running, is for like longevity, or for you want, maybe like you might not want to do 100 miles before, but you definitely want to keep running. Or are you just going to, do this 100 miles and do all these other cool events and then pay the cost, 6 months later when you can't really put your running shoes on because, you've just burnt out, you've got no motivation, you've got an injury, you've got
health implications, burnt out.
Yeah. So,
how often do we see that?
Yeah,
like we see it all the time, people. We're not just like saying this stuff is like scaremongering or whatever, but we just see it so much. Like runners come into the space and build so quickly before you know it, doing milers, and they sort of have this big 2 or 3 years, not even sometimes, and poof, they kind of end up with maybe it's an autoimmune issue, maybe it's a long-term injury, or just mentally burnt out from doing it,
Yeah, for sure.
So, and that's not good for if you want performance, that's not good for your performance, because you're just going like this and then like that, So if you want like to perform as an athlete and get better and better and better all the time, then there's got to be like, the periodization of, your training and, just different parts of the cycle of the journey.
You have to
training.
You have to have an off season. And that may also look like running, but also like there is obviously a mental tie to training opposed to running that obviously takes more as well. So having time when you're not, maybe not following a structured plan or don't have a coach, or your running just looks different, adding in a bit more cross training, all that kind of thing, so that when you do get ready to get back into training, you're good to go.
Totally.
Yeah, and that could look like 6 months. It could look like a year. It could look like 18 months of just kind of running and still putting in some decent training, but you're not like necessarily, all invested in, getting to a big goal like 100 miles or wanting to be faster at a 50K or things like that. I think that's really important to do if you want to be running like throughout your life, opposed to this is just a period of your life, because your body will force you to stop if it needs to,
the body keeps score, eh?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, we were watching what did we watch last night? Ned
Yes.
Brockman.
Yes,
check it out on Netflix. I'm sure a lot of you have already.
Yeah, well, I just followed him today, and I noticed that 180 of my followers follow him, so that's quite a lot.
Yeah. So just to our point, actually, he is famous for doing his Across Australia run, which was 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he sort of came out of nowhere. Had an athletic background in terms of sport and being on his legs all his life growing up on the farm. Played rugby or league, and then COVID literally became a runner, and he's a very talented runner. I don't know what his marathon pace would be, marathon time would be, but it would be, must be 2:40-ish or something. Sure. Like he's that sort of caliber of an athlete, and so started running around COVID time, and so by 2022 he's doing a run across Australia, which is 4,000 kilometers.
Yeah, I think it's just a couple of hundred or a few hundred under that. It's like 3,800 or something. Yeah,
it was 40 times 100-ish kilometer days, right? Something like that, wasn't it? Around about then.
Approximately.
Yeah. and that was 2022. And then a year later, so I remember this one, 2023, he did the 1,000 kilometers or miles 1,000 miles around a 400-meter track.
That's 600 more Ks and 1,000
Yeah.
Ks.
And that was 3 years ago. And since then, no massive things. Hey. Obviously, he's gone on to be a massive personality and charity and fundraising. And that's taken on. He's done a smart thing of building all of that, eh?
For sure.
Because you can only run so much.
Yeah.
But that's to our point. He hasn't gone on to. He hasn't. Yeah, that was the last big thing, almost 3 years ago.
Mm.
Big thing. Because can only do so much.
Definitely, that's pretty impressive. But
even guys at that level.
For sure.
So what are we talking about? We're going to talk about this stuff? Yep, cool. This is our new house, folks. Welcome to our new house. This is Frankie.
Life is about making memories.
Yeah.
Is our new backdrop.
Yeah. I do quite like this podcast setup here.
Yeah.
It is quite good. It will change though, isn't it? Because we are talking about changing our dining room table setup, but this is quite good and the lighting's quite good. So maybe we'll have another backdrop here.
Yeah. Who knows?
The table might be over there one day.
Until then.
But yeah, this is Frankie. He's an RV.
Is he a he?
He's a he.
I thought he was a she.
She? Okay. Either or. Gender fluid.
Oh my god.
Bus is gone. So big change for us. And yeah, it's been a crazy old last couple of months, really. Yeah, it's just this whirlwind of thing of like, we'll sell the bus and it's probably going to take half the year to sell it. And boof, it sold really quickly. Then we're like, oh shit, now we need to sort our next thing out. And so then we were quickly like looking at things. There was a couple of big drives up the North Island, all that kind of stuff to look at some. And and this is the end result. Here we are.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's very cool.
Yeah. And so we're only like 2 weeks in, eh? Yeah.
Are we?
2 weeks in, yeah. So I feel like we're just starting to settle in. There's been a few like little teething things. Like it's not, the bus had a fireplace.
Yes.
And a lot of you know that we live sort of near Upper Hutt in Whiteman's Valley, which is a very cold place. We're already getting ice in the morning and it's only April.
Yeah.
Ice on the windscreen. So yeah, plenty of good. So yeah, it's been a bit of getting used to changing a few things like heating and stuff like that, making it cozier.
We've been doing a lot of teamwork.
Yes.
Actually.
Yes.
A lot of teamwork.
We did it. We put a standing desk together.
Yeah.
A standing desk together.
Oh, very clever.
Yeah. So we did that.
Yeah, and then just figuring out how to, hitch the Frankie to the ute.
Yes, it's got a ute as well. Yeah.
And also getting the hitch off the ute. It was a team bonding exercise as well.
Yeah.
Getting the indicators to work was a team bonding exercise. So it's
lots of opportunity for team bonding exercises.
Yeah.
couple bonding teamwork.
Yeah, no, it's make or break, and I think it made us. Hey, babe.
Yes. But we're still here.
We're still here.
Yeah. So that's why, not as many podcasts of late. Just a lot of stuff going on. Life. What else? Just want to call out Northern 100. If anyone's planning on doing Northern 100, any distance except for the miler, we've got a 10% discount code for NZ Nomad Runner podcast listeners. This is for you guys, and here it is. We'll also put the code in the description of the podcast, but the code is Nomad Runner North 100.
So available for all distances except the miler.
Yes.
So they have a 15, 57, 82, and 105 that you can use that discount code for. And the event is in July 24th and 25th of July. July.
Last weekend in July. In the winterless north.
Yes. Yeah.
In the Glen Burvey Forest, which is a forestry block, essentially, a big forestry I guess if you can imagine, like, Riverhead, but it's more hilly, isn't it? It's more like bigger. We've run there, right?
Yeah. There's just
It's just
gravel
more
hills.
a lot of forestry, road stuff, pine forests, your typical setup. But yeah,
lines of trees.
Yeah, trees, pine trees. But yeah, just a bit more pinchy, I think the hills, not massive climbs or anything, but just pinchy. Probably a little bit like the Wellington Greenbelt trails in a way, how they're kind of pinchy, steep.
Yeah, you're really scratching my memory here, considering the last time I ran there was probably like 21. Well, we did that one run, maybe that was in 23, when we were in Oakara.
Yeah, it's going back a bit.
Yeah. So if you're...
I think we made the mistake of going in there like midweek, when you're probably not supposed to, or it was like during work hours.
Yes,
so
between the 9 and 5.
Come across some logging operations, which I think we were not where we. That's not where we were supposed to be. So we had to like do this like backtrack thing.
Yeah, running, eh?
So that is a good thing.
Team bonding, eh?
Yeah, team bonding. We had to get out of there. It's a good thing if you're trail or ultra coaching. It's a good thing about CMF and us and our team is we know the trail network across the whole country just about, don't we? If it's not, we don't know it. If we don't know it, because we travelled all over the place, especially in North Island. If we don't know it, then someone else on our coaching team will, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
When it comes to coaching you guys to trails and ultras and stuff. So perks. Yeah. So check out North 100. Pretty cool.
Yeah, shout out to Chris and Helen.
Oh yeah, thank you, Chris and Helen, for that. What else?
I guess this past weekend, there has been Faultline Ultra,
which we had a number of our community at, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, but we had one big outstanding runner who is coached by Kendall. And that's Kyle, who did the first miler.
Kyle Tainish.
Yes. Yeah.
Well done, bro.
Yeah, well done. Solid day out. So Kyle, we met Kyle last year at Faultline.
That's how we met him. Yeah. This is a common story.
Okay.
On how we end up with runners that we coach, as we sort of find them. Hey, we're giving away our trade secrets here. No, you sort of meet runners in peculiar periods of their races at peculiar times, and that's where I first met Kyle. It was a little bit at Red Joe, but it was during the night of his 100K that I first met Kyle. So yeah, that's what you were about to say, was that he did 28 hours in his 100K last year. And then came back this year and did the miler in 35 hours.
And he smashed his 100K time in the miler. Not that it really matters as such, but he did like 21 hours, something or other.
Yeah.
And just, I think, had a really solid day out. Obviously, you can get to 35 hours by doing various things, but for Kyle, it was...
solid.
Yeah.
Steady.
Yes.
Yeah, good experience. Yeah.
Good.
It wasn't like go out too hard and then go for a 4-hour sleep in one of the aid stations. Like, it was just a steady throughout the whole day.
So
very satisfying, those ones, eh?
Yeah.
Like when you see those.
Definitely.
Yeah. So congrats to Kyle, and good work, Coach Kendall, as well.
Yeah. Well done, guys.
Pretty cool, eh? And of course, we weren't at Faultline this year. We just took the weekend sort of at home mostly, didn't we? And so we had we got ghosted this year. So after 2 years of being involved with the event, we reached out to be involved again this year, and didn't hear back anything. So that was a bit sad. So bit of a sad one for us. So just made it a bit. We sort of chose to just sort of stay out of it a bit more this year and support from.
When did the escarpment together?
Yes, that's what we did. We went and did the escarpment, and we've actually made a YouTube video about that too.
Oh yeah, well, day well spent.
Yeah. So keep a lookout for that. But yeah, it was a bit of a sad one, that one. But after having quite a bit of involvement in the first couple of years, but that's life.
Well, meant to be, obviously.
Meant to be, yes. I guess it sort of paved the way for this next thing, really, in a way, didn't it? Because it sort of made us think about what's the next, And so this is what's coming up in a couple of weeks. We were talking about it earlier in the year, but we're going to UTA, Ultra Trail Australia, and we're going away next week, eh?
Yep, next week.
It's almost like just over a week away. We're flying out of here. It's crazy, eh?
Yeah, we're leaving Upper Hutt on the Thursday next week, 7th.
Yeah.
Driving to Auckland, dropping off Bailey at his girlfriend's.
Rotorua, where he came from. His childhood lover.
Yeah. It's going to be a great time. And then we're flying out of Auckland to Sydney and then going to the Blue Mountains for 10 days.
About a week or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is about a week, just over 8 days or something. So yeah, we'll be in Blue Mountains the weekend before race weekend, and then the plan is that we do different parts of the course over probably 4 days. We'll do different thing, and we're gonna capture it. That's why we made a video yesterday in the escarpment practicing, because we hadn't used the GoPro properly or made a vlog for years. We used to do those trail vlog things on YouTube. We hadn't done it for years, eh?
No.
So we're like, man, we better just see if this GoPro still works and if we can still do it. And I think we made a pretty good video. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to capture, because it's going to be our first time there, and we're just going to capture it the best we can for you guys. All the journey of us going there, being there, what it's like, the place, the vibe, our reactions, of course, the course, commentary on the course, and because that's what we want to do. We want to learn it so we can coach athletes to successful 50k, 100k, 100 milers at UTA.
Yeah, and we want to do some continued team bonding exercises.
yeah, like not getting lost.
And
navigation stuff. Are we on the course?
Yeah.
And trying to do vlogs at the same time and stuff.
And have fun.
And try and have fun, yeah.
It's going to be so hard.
Yeah. No, it is going to be super fun. I'm really actually looking forward to getting out on that course. It's going to be super cool, eh?
Yeah,
so different to, we've been wanting to do this for years as well, but just haven't had the funds, basically, to do it. So very grateful that finally we've been able to get things into a position for us to be able to do this. It's a big deal. And so, shout out to all our coach runners and our senior friend club members, because, it's your guys' support actually that, has helped being part of that reason that we're able to go and do this.
Yeah. And I was just going to say, which is probably going to segue quite nicely onto the topic of the day in a funny sort of way, is going to go do the 100k course to the best that we can, following it, and then I'll probably want to come back next year and do it, which is maybe something typical if you're listening to this podcast and you've done something at Tarawera last year, even though it was muddy as heck. You're like, I'm coming back next year and doing 100 miles. So you go to events, especially events that are big, like the UTMB events, and you're like, I'm coming back next year to go bigger and better.
Yeah. Or you're not there and you just see it
on
social media, or you've seen YouTube stuff and you're just like, man, I want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're trying to get to Chamonix, you're collecting stones, doing that big mush.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, which I've been to Chamonix as well. That's cool.
Nice. You can tell us about the trails there.
Yeah. Hilly.
Make sure you train beforehand.
Steep and long.
Yeah. So is there anything else you want to say about UTA?
Yeah. It's just going to be it's like furthering your coaching education, isn't it? It's part of, it's just learning, just like we were talking about before, how we know a lot of the trails around New Zealand. It's just sort of like that part of furthering our coaching education of, being able to coach athletes to that event, and going on the ground, being there in the conditions, knowing about the snake repellent, weird things that we don't know about.
Yeah.
Because there's stuff in the kit that you need.
It's not just your New Zealand.
Not your typical New Zealand snake. What is it? Snake repellent.
I think so, yeah. Or
Something,
snake bandages.
something like something like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, we haven't had a very good look at the compulsory gear list,
Ask Coach Curley.
but we will.
Mhm.
We'll be able to tell you about that. And yeah, just knowing, what's it like in Katoomba, the main town where the event sort of centers around. It's only a small town of like 5,000 or 6,000 people, eh?
Don't know.
Remember we looked.
Okay.
And there's like 7,000 people, like runners, just for the event, plus all their supporters. Like, how the heck does that work? With the Rotorua and Tarawera, it's like a big, Rotorua is set up for influx of huge amounts of people. Like, it's just a tourist place.
Mm-hmm.
It's just set up for, and even Rotorua is bursting at the seams on Tarawera weekend because you get 5,000 runners approximately there. Every runner brings 3 or 4 or 5 people. It's like 25,000 people. Yeah, how's that work? Like for Katoomba, So we're going to be there to find out.
Yeah, that's pretty much the answer to that.
Yeah. Check out we've got a UTA free runner's guide out. That's just a nice little thing. It just reminded me then. I'll chuck that in the description of the podcast as well, or you can just message us and we'll send you the link to download it. If I forget to do that. So grab that if you're interested in that.
Cool, sounds great.
Yeah, but UTA, can't wait. And we're going to Bali afterwards.
Yes.
Oh my god.
It's going to be
for
great.
For relaxing. That's about 10 days. We're going to be there. And it's for some proper relaxing. And we haven't had a holiday for years. So It's going to be good for us to have that rest time and relaxing, come back fresh.
Definitely. Can't wait.
Yeah. It's going to be so good. So what else have we got to cover with the how to get to Tarawera 100 miler? We did talk a little bit at the start of the podcast about it. Where do you want to take this?
Well, yeah, I think, maybe,
things to think about, sort of thing.
Yeah, maybe you did, like I said, maybe you did Tarawera this year and you're, maybe you've recovered now mentally, physically, spiritually, socially from the ordeal. And then, or maybe you've done something like Fault Line, or you've done something like UTA, you've done something else that is, of significance. Or maybe you're just like, hopefully you're not going from couch to 100 miles or even ideally 50k to 100 miles. But if you are going something like 50k to 100 miles or whatever it is, I guess we're just talking about how to get there. Yeah, I guess how to get there sort of in the best shape that you can get in without, wrecking yourself. So if you're in that position, thinking about it and you're wanting some sort of advice from coaches on how to get there, this is what we're going to talk about right now. Let's go.
Boom. I mean, ideally, in a perfect world, right? I know the world isn't perfect. I didn't do this because when I did my first 100 miler, I was in a rush to get there and tick off this goal.
Right.
So I did that thing of progressing too quickly. I went 50k, 100. No, I didn't even do 50k.
Marathon.
I went road marathon as well. I went road marathon, 100k, and then miler. And in retrospect, it was too much too quickly. Another 100k would have been good, I reckon, and just another year of running. Yeah, it's not just about like that distance that you do. Like, it's not just about that 100k race or, those 200k races. It's about having that another year of running under your belt too, the accumulation of just running and training, not training, but just running, and having those different, phases of your running. It's about that too. And so, in retrospect, I built up too quickly. I mean, so I think in a perfect world, a couple of 100Ks, you've been running a few years, I reckon.
Definitely.
Maybe 4 even. This is a perfect world though. And you've done a couple of 50Ks, you've done a couple of 100Ks, and then now you're looking at your miler. Yeah. I know we had Sunny and Diggy do the miler this year, they went from 50k to miler the following year. So we do help runners. If that's your goal, then we're here to help you with that goal, and if we can do it, if we sort of, if we can do it safely and well, and that's what you want to do, and you've got the life capacity to do it, and the timing is right and stuff, and your body is right, then we make these things happen. And they got it done, and they got it done well, so there is ways,
I think it's just there's nuance with all this kind of stuff, and I think it's knowing, I guess it's being honest with yourself and what you're like, why you're doing this 100 miles. Like, is it because it has to be this year because, it has to be now. Or is it, like, I think you pointed out some really good things about sort of life stress. Like, if you just got a new family, if you got a really stressful job, or can you go work sort of somewhat part-time, or you don't have kids, or I guess you're the type of person that has like a lot of energy, but you still want to be smart about it. All this kind of stuff or have you got like, even like, I think, have you got a lifelong, of activity? Maybe you've been running for like 3 years, but you've actually, before that, you were like a team sport person, or you did this and that.
Yeah, it's a really good point too, isn't it? So sometimes someone's done a lot of other sport, and then they transition to running. That individual would have a fair old chance of building quite quickly into a miler. They've done, years worth of other stuff growing up, and just done stuff growing up, and through their whole life. It's a different scenario too, isn't it, than the adult runner who wakes up one day and starts running and wants to do a miler quickly. That is a very different scenario. Yeah,
for sure.
That's always one of the questions I ask someone when I talk to someone on like a free consult or whatever, when I'm seeing if you fit with someone. I always ask what they're sporting or what they did growing up. It's a valid question, Like,
for sure.
Determines so much of like someone's just whole structure of their body, and all that.
That's actually a really good question. I like it.
Oh yeah, I always ask it.
Cool. So this person, you've done a couple of 100Ks. Yeah. So what are we sort of?
So things to think about for the year. So a good thing to think about we're 9 months out now, is how are you going to get to your miler? So it's like best thing to do is look at, if you're self-coaching, if you've got a coach, then your coach will be doing this ideally, if you're being coached. But if you're self-prescribing, recommend using training, whatever. I think Strava has calendar things, but Training Peaks is really good. That's what we use. Training Peaks on a desktop is awesome. Chuck your event in there and start like building backwards from your event event day. So it's middle of February, Tarawera, isn't it? So I always kind of look at you sort of got November, December, January, February. Yeah, sort of mid-November onwards, you've got that 12-week lead in, And then so that's your meat of your sort of lead in to your miler. Mm-hmm. And then before that, you want to have like a little like chill period, right? Because we can't just be like, sort of what we were talking about before. We can't just be train. And then you're like, oh, now I've got a 12-week block and I'm already stuffed. Yeah. There needs to be like some periodization built into your entire year. Definitely recommend a few weeks of chill vibes before that mid-November, 3 to 4 weeks even, depending on the individual. So that means the real cool thing about that is you get a real nice big bite. You get another bite of the cherry, like with your training. Before that. So before, sort of September, August, July, like that kind of thing. So you get, it's like a couple of good run-ins to prepare yourself. And so I think this is a good time to talk about Blue Lake. For most of our listeners are based in the North Island in New Zealand. So this is a good time to talk about Blue Lake. Also, if you're not, a lot of our listeners Tarawera listeners are in Aussie as well.
Mm.
You guys can fly over for Blue Lake 24-hour. Like it's,
Yeah, true.
I recommend it. Like, why not? And if you're in the South Island, you can fly up. So a lot of people in the North Island seem to have this, like, who are going to their first 100 mile at Tarawera, have this, what's the word? Earning. I used a different word when it was just me and Shah talking about it. But yeah, a lot of people building towards their first Tarawera 100 miler have this predisposition, that's a better one,
yes,
to doing Taupo 100k. Now, I've got nothing against Taupo 100k. I think it's a brilliant event, but it's not the right preparation for first time Tarawera 100 milers, in my opinion. In my coaching opinion, and this is based off years of taking Tarawera 100 milers to successful start line and finish lines at Tarawera. It's not a suitable preparation, because what you need, like at around that September, October mark, is something that's a bit more akin to what you're going to experience. Oh, Bailey's got himself tangled up in the wire. Off you go. He always wants to be part of the action. We'll carry on. What you need is like something that's going to be like a bit more akin to, what you're going to experience for your first miler. And the main thing for your first miler, in my opinion, that is going to be great for you to experience is going through the night and like just being on your feet for a long period and going through the night and like learning how to fuel through the night and just seeing what that whole vibe is like, so I highly recommend Blue Lake 24-hour. We're not a partner of the event. We're like the unofficial partner. Yeah, we're there every year.
We've gone there for the past 6 years.
Longer, even 7. I think this will be our 8th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Many years. And that's the reason why we keep going, actually, because we're always like bringing Tarawera. It's sort of like that preparation thing. And so, for example, this year at Tarawera, we had Sunny and Diggy, who we mentioned before. They did the miler. So we had them at Blue Lake, and then we also had Hayden, who I coached to his 100 miler. All of them finished. All of my 100 mile runners finished at the miler this year in those treacherous conditions. And Sunny and Diggy did 24 hours. They just did the whole event at Blue Lake, 24 hours. They had a bit more like time to build up in preparation for that. There was a bit more of a lead into that with some backyard ultras along the way, that kind of thing over the previous period. But it was like take your time. It wasn't
I think they only did like 100 or 106.
Yeah,
maybe 112 Ks.
Yeah, it was somewhere 100. Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah. Yep. And that was across 24 hours. So that was they took a nap at some point. They stopped and ate, but the key thing is that they were out there. They were out there for that long period of time. They were out there overnight. They were cruising around in the dark. They were seeing what it's like to be out there in the dark in a safe way. They were practicing fuel, so they're learning all this stuff, being sleep deprived, all that kind of stuff. And they're doing it all in that nice controlled environment and not wrecking themselves. That's what we talk about, being reckless, not wrecking themselves, and still getting the 100 Ks. And then after that, a few weeks of cruise vibes. Then it's Blue Lake's last week of September. October's mostly cruise, and then boom, you're ready for your key 12 to 14 week lead in to your miler. Hayden's one was a little bit different. He also did 100 odd Ks or just over. He did 6 hours during the day, then went and had a 6-hour break. So he came, did 6 hours loops, and then went back to his accommodation for 6 hours, took a shower, had some food, had a rest, and then came back at whatever time, 8 p.m. it would have been, and then did 12 hours overnight, because the overnight was the key thing. So from a coach perspective, I didn't want Hayden to just be out there overnight. I was like, because he was going to do around about that 100K mark anyway. And so it's slightly different, different goals for a different person, like, different stage of training, like it's not all the same for everyone. Perfect simulation for 3 different runners leading into their first 100 milers. Much, much better than doing 100K at Taupo.
Yeah, I think when it's a point-to-point race, it's kind of harder to go easier. Like we always say that we're going to go easy and we're going to use this run as a training run, but there's always probably a bit of a notion to go a bit harder than you can, whereas something like Blue Lake being a looped event, like no one really knows what loop you're on, kind of vibes. And I think just the whole notion of being able to stop for like longer periods of time, like it's easier to do, right? There's not, if you've
no pressure,
no pressure.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think doing like 24 hours at top of 100K is a thing. I'm not sure.
No, I think they cut off 19 hours or something.
Right.
Yeah. So the event, I think the event finishes at 11 p.m. So even if you're the last runner at Taupo 100K, you're not getting the overnight practice.
Yeah, and even like going into the night is different from those wee hours, like between
2, 3, 4.
The witching hours of like, oh my god, I've been in the dark for so long and there's still quite a long way to go. That's a really key thing to get in. And I suppose if you're not able to get to these events, like doing some sort of night run is important. I
mean, I normally do put night run or one night session in. Like, let's suppose we've got someone through that overnight thing at Blue Lake. I'll put one more, like, overnight ish. Maybe it's finishing at 2 or 3. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I think if you did do something, if you're like, I still want to do Taupo 100K because I like, Taupo Ultra, because I like the vibe, because it does have a good vibe. And in some ways the timing does work. There are shorter distances, like the 70K or even the 50K is all right to do. Like I had a client do the 70K at Taupo, and he did the miler. So that's a more appropriate thing. So just put aside the 100K at Taupo for another year if you haven't done it, and don't try to like get for two for one deal in the same season.
Yeah, it's quite funny, like even though Taupo is only like, I think it's 2 weeks after. It's 2 weeks after Blue Lake. It's only 2 weeks after Blue Lake, but it's quite funny when you look at things from a physiological like recovery point. If you do the maths, look at the calendar. 2 weeks later, it's quite significant, in the calendar. So let's say you're doing 100K at mid-October, and then we look at 3-4 weeks. If you've done a good block of training leading into the 100K, mid-October, do it, 3 or 4 weeks recovery, you're in mid-November. And so another thing to consider, and I always consider this when I'm planning athletes training, is like when you're leading to an A event, is like leading a little bit of wiggle room for things to go wrong, because things go wrong. Life. Like with doing Taupo 100K and then giving yourself 3 or 4 weeks, there's not really any room for anything to go wrong in that scenario. So let's say you get sick or you pick up an injury or something at Taupo, you're in a stressful situation. Like then, like you're getting into November and you're like, oh shit, I need to like build again, or I've got a niggle, or maybe I'm seeing a physio, or I've got things going on. Add to that the end of year stress that we pretty much all of us have leading into the end of the year. Like that's another thing that a lot of people don't think about 9 months out.
So even though
Blue Lake and Taupo, that 2 weeks is quite significant. Blue Lake, end of September, you get all of October, then it's still late October, November-ish. There's a bit more wiggle room there for like things to happen, things to go wrong, but more recovery time if you need it, all that kind of stuff. So all this recommendation, again, it's nothing against Taupo 100K. We love Taupo. We've coached many runners we know the course and the event backwards. So yeah, totally nothing against that event. But our business is about coaching athletes to finish line success. Helping runners level up their running. So that's where we're coming from when we talk about that, eh?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's probably about it. But yeah, key things to think about is structuring your year into your lead-in, where those kind of build-up events take place. Have you got the capacity, like the life capacity? Is it good timing for you? Have you got the support of like your family and loved ones? Have you got a team like around you, like that kind of thing? Anything else?
I guess it's just you don't have to go out and do heaps of events between now. If you're like, oh sweet, Blue Lake sounds good, and I'm going to 100 miles, and I'm like, okay, what else can I need to fit in? This, that, and the other. Like, you don't have to do heaps of events to get to race day in good shape. Almost advise not doing heaps of events and just, keeping it simple. Keep it simple as possible, really, because, you're going to the 100 miles is going to take a lot from you in the training, because you're going to have to do I think that's a really key thing is like, there's the running aspect, but there's everything else aspect as well.
Yeah.
And so you're going to need time and energy and thought process to sort out all that. So if you're always kind of thinking, I got to go to this race, or I've got to...
it's going to distract you.
You're going to be pulled away from sort of the nitty gritty of 100 miles. I think obviously having cool missions on those big runs is obviously awesome, and do it.
There's nothing cooler than like Christmas and New Year's and early January doing those big missions, and you're just fit and strong, and that's when you want to be dialed. That's the gold. Like that sort of Christmas, New Year week, early Jan, where you just and that's the positive thing about Tarawera and the timing of the event, is that most of us are on holiday when the peak weeks of training are. So it's so cool.
And I think there's merit in events. There's lots of excitements in events and all that kind of stuff, but there's also like a lot of excitement in just doing like a 50k training run or a marathon training run with your mates or by yourself. I think Sonny and Diggy, for example, did a lot of training runs together and with mates.
They're just living in Riverhead every weekend,
along with every other person. And I think that there's like excitement and fun in that. And I think it creates more consistency if you are hitting big training runs opposed to just kind of cramming in more races. I think it's, for most of us, you can build consistency opposed to like, sort of going a little bit too hard too often at these sort of events.
Sort of more like in winter or nowish is when you want to have a bit of some shorter events scattered in, the sort of now winter time, shorter trail series. There's various sort of half marathon trail things around the place. Those sorts of things are quite cool.
Maybe you want to do like the 57k at Northland.
That's what we talked about being a good one, isn't it?
That if
use that code.
That could be a fun idea for you to do. If you wanted to hit something a bit decent, but you didn't want to like, do, I don't know where I'm going with that. Anyway.
But it's late July, 57Ks. You got time to get into your Blue Lake or your whatevers, That's like that sort of thing fits in the calendar pretty well. And again, not so big that it's going to just destroy you for the next thing. Always thinking about like your little recovery periods after each block and each race, needing a little bit of recovery before the next thing, because can't just keep boof, boof, boof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do the thing.
We're not elite athletes, or you're not an elite athlete. You don't get to have all that recovery time that elites get. We've all got to get up and go to work and look after the kids and the family and take kids to sport and whatever else our commitments are. So there's all that. It's all part of like load, life load. Yeah.
Sure, but if you have listened to all this and you're like, okay, I still am a bit confused or need some guidance or need some coaching, then please feel free to reach out to us if you want us to help out your race plan, or if you want coaching, if you want to level up your running, if you want to join the CMF community and another bunch of CMFers that are going to be at Tarawera in 2027, then please reach out to us. We would love to help you get there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we can help you with either one-on-one coaching, or you might just want some consults. I've already had some folks messaging this week, even some miler runners who are like, hey, you know what, like I want to self-train and I'm into some people are like enjoy the process of self-prescribing, and I get that, like that's cool, but they're like, I want a bit of help, I want to bounce off a coach, am I doing the right thing, or is this in the right place, or I want to know about fueling, and there's all that kind of stuff. So we can do one-off stuff, all the coaching, or that kind of thing.
For sure.
Cool. That's about it, really, isn't it? I think that's all.
I think so.
Thanks for listening and thanks for watching. We'll put all our links below, and have an awesome one.
See ya.
Catch you on the next one.
Bye.